Hello again, everybody. This is Mr. Everything from the 807th Royal Naval Air Squadron, and I'm bringing to you another video. This one is of the F4F3 Wildcat, which is probably my most favorite plane of World War II in reality. I mean, I do a lot of gaming and things like that, and I always love to fly the F4. It's just a solid, sturdy, reliable aircraft. Now, in this game, War Thunder, the F4, F4F3 is a battle rating of 2.0, I do believe, and it's tier, or I should say, rank 2. So that puts it at the low end of the spectrum, you know. So, but if you set up a battle rating of 2.3, you'll be encountering a lot of low tier planes, you know, like the 1.3s and above, and then you'll also be playing against people that have 3.3s and below. So, and everything will be tier 1, 2, and very few rank 3 planes. Okay, what I saw here, I'm going to just kind of narrate what's going on in this battle. Plus, if you are interested in some tactics, please listen to what, you know, my reasoning behind why I'm doing certain things. First of all, I was chasing an A-20 just then. But I noticed that A-20, if you were able to see the map, you would have known that he was way outside of the battle zone. This is a air domination over Malta, and there you go. Now you can see it. And we were way out, at least 8 kilometers out into the water, and there was already a fighter chasing that A-20 straight away. So I said, it's time to get back into the fight, because you don't ever want to have a bomber taking 2 people out of the fight. So I'm looking down and I see that there was a fighter, and I went down on it, and if you notice, we were able to take him out, and I've got my first kill. Now, I glance around and I see a Blenheim. This Blenheim looks like he's going pretty slow. I should be able to catch him. I've got 50 cals. I take him out. Okay, now I'm glancing around while kind of diving to build up a little bit of speed because I was just climbing. And then I look around. Got to keep your head on a swivel. Always keep your head on a swivel. Be aware of where you are in relationship to your friends. This is just a cool flyby. I was experimenting with different camera angles when I was doing the replay. Okay, I'm trying to get a little bit of altitude so that when I do re-enter the fight, I'll be able to dive. If you haven't noticed, the Wildcat is not exceptionally fast. It's barely faster than some of the biplanes. So you've got to rely on the diving ability of your Wildcat, and it is pretty sturdy, so you could dive and take some G's without the wings ripping. But be careful. I'm not exactly sure at what speed and how many G's it takes to rip the wings, but right now I haven't actually ripped any wings. But in this match we are playing arcade mode, and you know, in arcade mode you don't rip wings, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, you see people diving straight down at, you know, 500 or 600 miles per hour, and they still don't rip their wings. So what I am doing is I'm staying on the outer edge of the engagement, and then I am seeing targets, and that Russian almost ran me over, and then shooting and getting out. Now I see another target. He like jumps in front of me, the Spitfire. He's the target of opportunity. I take a few shots at him, and we got our 3rd kill, and then I start to get away. So you'll notice that I only go in I shoot a few times, get a couple of guys shot down, then I get away. Don't hang out in the battlefield. The main reason why that's happening is because I'm flying solo in this mission. Yes, I've got a bunch of other players with me, but I don't know what their thought process is. I don't know who they're protecting, and I don't know if they've got my back. So I'm pretty much relying on my own to do this. Now it looks like that A-20 had come back, and that was not my kill. I might have hit him, might have got an assist, but that was somebody else's kill. Flying in and out, flying in and out. A lot of times it's also good to get in the habit of going in, shooting, and getting out, just so you, because some planes don't have very long, don't have a whole lot of ammo, so they have to constantly reload. Like that, I just reloaded, and now I'm shooting. Didn't get the kill. Okay, moving on. Looks like a couple of targets right here. Whoa, he almost hit me. It's a Hurricane, and I feel like I can outturn a Hurricane, so we're going to go after him. I got him. Wait, that's not my kill? He's still alive. Alright, and then somebody else killed him. And then there goes my fourth kill. Don't want to chase after him. I don't know if you're familiar with Volk's dicta. That's something that is always in my mind while I am dogfighting. When I am flying, it's an extremely smart set of flight rules that you should abide by while playing War Thunder as air, because in World War I there was this guy named Oswald Bolk, or Bolke, or Bolk, and he was a German aviator, and when he through his experience, he realized that there were some things that helped him win dogfights, win, just stay alive basically, and rack up a bunch of kills. So he jotted these down. His commanders thought that those, jot them down mainly so that he could show the rest of his teammates, or his squadron. And his squadron leader and wing commander and all that decided that these were awesome ideas, because they were noticing they were getting new pilots to the different squadrons, and when those new pilots came in, they would get shot down, or they would just do stupid things like charge into the middle of the fight, or just being aggressive, thinking that that's going to win the day, or being overly brave. So what he did was he wrote these down. I can't remember how many there are, 7 or 8 of them. And then they printed them, and they passed them out to the different squadrons to give to their new pilots, so that they would have like a guideline of how to act. Basically, taking someone's experience in combat and sharing that. Now, what's that flaming ball that just went by? That's got to be something they need to patch up and fix. Okay, so I'm up to 5 kills right now. And you'll notice it's like I'm knifing in and then getting away. So it's a lot like a sword fight. You get in close, a flurry of blows, swords flying everywhere, and then you back up to regroup. You back up, regain your thoughts, take a breath. That's what I'm doing. Okay, now what the Volk's dicta is, one of them is know your escape route. Okay, and that's basically what he's saying is when you're in there and you're in the thick of it and you need to get away, you need to know which way you need to get away. Don't just start running straight away from the enemy, because you might be going deeper into enemy lines, and that's not going to help you out. Or you might be going towards an enemy artillery or something, and so you don't want to do that. You want to know how to get away. So that's one. So every time I engaged, that was an easy kill. And Actually, I was kind of surprised about that student coming straight at me, and then I just shot a short burst and killed him. I must have hit the pilot. Okay, so we're up to 6, as you can see with my little mouse pointer there. Those are my kills so far in the match. At this point, I thought, okay, let's go in. Let's go ahead and risk it, right? And so I'm going after this guy, and I say, nah, I'll go after the Hurricane. I just switch target mid-stroke, which is technically a violation of one of Bulk's dicta. One of Bulk's dicta is, when attacking, press home your attack until it's finished. So what he's saying is, go after a plane, shoot it, and continue to shoot it until it's done. Then switch. Like that. And that. Oh, but I was overshot him, so I just let him go. Well, I'm at 9. If you haven't noticed, at 9. Now right now my engine is overheating. You can't see it, it's not on this replay HUD. But my engine is way overheating. I got my 10th one. It must have got caught on fire and exploded or something. And so what I was doing was lowering my throttle. I just got a shot from somewhere and I was like, what the heck? Who just shot me? I'm looking around. I don't see anybody. And then there it is. The B-25. Must have been one of his gunners. So I said, okay, I'm going to go help these guys take this guy out. And you'll see some flashes on him. See those flashes? I think those are from me. But he's starting to... My friends are starting to get in my way. I don't want to accidentally hit anybody. So, and my engine is again starting to overheat because I was wepping at that time. And you'll notice in this match, I was almost 100% wep. I mean, you can't see it. It doesn't show it. But yeah, my war power was... my finger was on the throttle the whole time. Okay, so I pull off. My wings are bright orange, so I wanted to see where the holes were. There weren't any. And then when I looked in the replay, I'm like, oh my gosh, my wings are gone. There's a graphical error. Okay, and then I decided, hey, let's fly around in realistic mode just for a second, you know, in the cockpit. And I said, screw that. I can't see anything in that mode. Let's go. This gives me a better peripheral vision. So I said, okay, let's go back into the fight. My engine's finished overheating. And the reason why I was trying to get so many kills is because we were doing the Bastille Day competition, and I was still trying to get my 250 kills. So, okay, there's a yak up there, a couple of yaks it looks like, and I don't know what's down here. Doesn't look that busy. Looks like we're pretty much got everything under control. And you'll also notice that I'm not trying to climb super high up there where those yaks are, because the Wildcat doesn't do well at high altitude. It can climb, it can get up there, but it can only fly straight and level up there. It's very hard to turn in thin air with the amount of surface control that the Wildcat has. So what I do is I like to stay closer to sea level. You can see my altitude's only 4,000. I am climbing because I thought, okay, let's climb a little bit, and because there's the only guys. If I get shut down, no big deal. Let's go ahead and get up there and, you know, throw my 2 cents into this. But then I had second thoughts, and I said, screw that. You know, whatever. If they want to capture the 8 point, they're going to have to come down a little bit. Okay, at this time, I again know that my wings are bright orange. My right wing, anyway, is bright orange. And I'm thinking, okay, this guy was starting to dive a little bit. So I said, hey, you know, I can go up there and help this guy out. Now I'm wepping. He's dead. Never mind. I saw the airfield right there at the bottom left. And I said, you know what? I'm going to see if I can land at this airfield and see if it repairs me. So I cut the throttle. I angle away from the airfield so that I can get some lineup distance when I get low enough. One good thing about the Wildcat, because it's a carrier plane, it's a great carrier plane because it likes to slow down. Its main thing is if you turn the engine off, it starts to slow down. Look at that. I'm already at 150 miles per hour. So I'm going to drop the gear, lower the flaps, and line up. Now, when I'm coming in for a landing, I'm thinking to myself, who puts a building right in line for an airstrip? I mean, that's got to be I wouldn't want to own that house. You know what I'm saying? Raise the flaps, stay on the ground, keep my nose down just a little bit, not too much. And then when I slow down enough, I drop the tail, slam on the brakes. And you notice how short of a landing strip I didn't even use half the landing strip. Okay, I'm looking, I'm noticing it's not repairing me. I said, screw it. Let's go back into the fight, see if I can't get me another kill before this match is over. Looking around, don't really see any enemy, but they've got to be there somewhere. We have the point capped, and we just won. All right, well, thanks for coming out and checking out this video, and I hope you learned something about the Wildcat and its capabilities. So the 450 cals, there's my 10 kills. Now, what I was going to do here is kind of take a look at, and I had, like, there's a guy there with 14 kills, but he also had 8 deaths. And I was looking at, like, how many kills the enemy has and how many deaths. You know, like, there's, what, 7, 10, 13, 17, 20, 25, 20, 31. So they had 31 kills total, right? So, yeah, so to win in air domination mode, you're going to have to kill about 3 to 4 planes per player that's in the match. All right, well, thanks for coming out and checking out this video, and I hope you learned a little bit, and I'll see you on the flip side.